Hello, everybody. My name is Connor Vanderhoof, and you are listening to uh, Connor's Greek Myths and Presidents podcast. So, this is my first episode. I hope you all enjoy it. So, starting off for this episode, we will be going into Greek mythology, and what better god to start off with than my personal favorite, Poseidon? So, Poseidon is Zeus's and Hades' brother. He was born from the Titan Kronos and his wife Rhea, and his siblings are Demeter, Hestia, Hera, Hades, and then Zeus. Poseidon is one of the children Kronos ate to avoid a prophecy that that Kronos' own father Uranus told him when he castrated him to become the ruler of the universe. That one of his sons would overthrow him like he did Uranus. So Poseidon was the last child eaten, and because they were all immortal, him and his siblings Hestia, Demeter, Hades, and Hera, they were all still alive inside of their father's stomach. Meanwhile, Rhea hid their baby brother Zeus, uh, and and gave him to Gaia, who is the Titan of the Earth. She's known as Mother Earth, to raise. So she saved Zeus, and then Zeus goes and finds his father, and with the help of his wife, his first wife, um, I forget her name. I think it's like Metis. She's a Titan, but one who was sympathetic to the gods and left uh, Kronos. There were three Titans. There was Metis, her sister, who I can't remember the name of, and then Prometheus, who we'll talk about him later. So with Metis's help, who she's the Titan of knowledge, Zeus frees all his siblings, and they come out in this order: Poseidon, Hades, Hestia, Demeter, then Hera, making Poseidon both the second youngest and second oldest of the siblings. So, and then they go and they fight the Titans in what's called the Titanomachy, where the gods and the Titans fought for centuries. And then the Titans started winning, so Zeus went down to Tartarus, which is pretty much the deepest, darkest part of the underworld, which is also Gaia's womb, and freed Gaia's other children, the Cyclopses and the Hecatoncheires. So the Cyclops are are not monsters, but they're like they're a giant with one eye. The Hecatoncheires are like giants with over 100 arms. So Zeus frees them, and in return, the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopses fight with Zeus. But while they do this, the Cyclopses create three things. They create Zeus's Thunderbolt, which is the most powerful weapon a god can have. Hades' Helm, which gives him the wearer the ability to go invisible. And then lastly, Poseidon's Trident, which will become his symbol. Like, if you see a trident, it's Poseidon. The gods eventually defeat all of the Titans, including Zeus kills and sentence them to Tartarus, where the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopses become their jailers as revenge. So, and then they go to Mount Olympus, which is the heavens, and roll a dice to see who. All three of them decide they're like, okay, we all have a dominion over the earth in some way. So then they roll a dice to see who gets the sky, the sea, and the underworld. Zeus gets the sky, making him the king of the gods. Poseidon gets the sea, making him king of the sea and everything water related under his control. And Hades gets the underworld. Now Poseidon also has his abilities are he's able to make earthquakes, cause tsunamis, he can cause massive sea storms like storms at sea, and he's also the father of horses. So Poseidon was very ruthless at the beginning, let's just say. Um, he would sink anything that came into his seas without his knowledge or without his permission. And Zeus seeing this is like thinks the easiest way to get Poseidon to chill out is to get him a wife. So he goes to the Titan Oceanus, who's chill. He didn't uh, participate in the Titanomachy. Goes to the Titan Oceanus, and Oceanus has all these beautiful daughters, and he's like, hey, go to my brother Poseidon and get him a wife. So Oceanus is more than happy to agree because you're king of the gods. And Poseidon goes and meets all his daughters. Then one specific daughter catches his eye, her named Amphitrite. Now at first she is wary of Poseidon. She doesn't like him. So when he tries to get with her, she runs away to go hide. Poseidon searches the seas endlessly and he can't find her. So then he sends out his loyal dolphin, which is very funny, which is very ironic because he's named Dolphy, I believe. I could be wrong, but I do believe its name was Dolphy. Um, to go find her. Now, this part of the story depends. So one of the things is the dolphin finds Amphitrite and then explains like how Poseidon he'll treat her right and he just loves her. So then she agrees and goes with the dolphin and marries Poseidon, and Poseidon puts the dolphin upon the stars. The other version is the dolphin tricks Amphitrite and brings Poseidon to where he marries her against her will. But the myth I always go with is that the dolphin convinced her to marry Poseidon. Now, as I'm certain you all know, Greek mythology fans know, Zeus as well as Poseidon are very lustful gods. Hades is more chill, but they both got intense desires and they don't know how to work with that, in my personal opinion, because they didn't have a father figure. So, just like Zeus, Poseidon cheats a lot. But Amphitrite, unlike Hera, I do believe she gets mad at him, but she doesn't go to like the point where like Hera would go and try to kill Zeus's illegitimate children because they were illegitimate. Amphitrite sort of accepts it in a way. Like she doesn't go out and like seek their deaths. So that's a good thing. She's also a very powerful goddess. That she also had a son with Poseidon, Triton, who is a sea god. Which I have to do more research, but I want to do an episode on him eventually. Um, and then obvious stories of Poseidon's lust is Medusa, to where he fell in love with her and then raped her in Athena's temple, making her into a Gorgon. And then there's his sister Demeter, uh, who he was into, and she turned herself into a mare, which is a female horse, and hid among the horses. Apparently, she forgot Poseidon, along with being the god of the sea, storms, and earthquakes, is also the god of horses. So he could easily see through her disguise and turn himself into a stallion and had his way with her. To where two children came. There was Arion, uh, a horse who could speak English. Well, not speak English, but speak. And then there was Despina, who becomes the goddess of winter, which I want to do an episode on her too. So Poseidon. Then there are Poseidon's famous demigod children, such as Theseus, who slayed the Minotaur, Pegasus, who he had with Medusa. Um, Theseus is obviously the most famous one. And then there's Bellerophon, who, if you've seen Clash of the Titans, like the 1981 version, the classic version, you'll always see Perseus rides Pegasus. But that is not true. Bellerophon, another one of Poseidon's illegitimate sons, uh, rides Pegasus. And I like to believe that Theseus is the last of Poseidon's illegitimate children. So Poseidon is a very complicated god, but then again, all of them are. So that's all I really have to say for Poseidon. Um, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll join me in the next one, which will come out hopefully a month or two. And the next one, I think it'll be about Zeus. Until then, thank you for listening, and have a great day.